All right, everyone, get ready, because today we are diving headfirst into the Publicity Playbook. And let me tell you, this thing is jam-packed with pure gold.
I know, right? I'm excited to dig in. You know I'm all about a good framework, and this playbook really seems to deliver.
It really does, and you know what I love? It starts strong by reminding us that publicity isn't some mystical art that only a select few can master.
It's so true.
It's really about building those solid brand foundations.
Right. Like one of the first things it says is people connect with stories, not just products.
I love that.
And that really resonated with me because, you know, it highlights the importance of crafting a compelling brand narrative.
Yes.
That goes beyond just, you know, like listing the features, the benefits. Think about brands that you love, right?
Totally.
They usually have a story that sucks you in.
It's true. It's like that feeling you get when a brand just gets you. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
This playbook really breaks down how to do that for your own brand. And it starts with defining your key messages, right?
Yes. And they don't let you off easy with some vague notion of messaging either.
No, they don't mess around.
It's like they get specific. They recommend you pinpoint 3 to 5 key takeaways that you want permanently etched in people's minds when they think about your brand.
Well, I love that because...
Which forces you to cut through the noise and get crystal clear on what truly matters.
Yes. We're drowning in information these days, right?
We are.
Nobody has the bandwidth to remember a novel's worth of details about every single brand. I mean, have you ever spaced out reading the back of a cereal box?
All the time.
Right, 3 to 5 key messages. It's brilliant.
Yeah, and that actually leads perfectly into the next phase of the playbook, which is all about planning for success.
Okay.
Right. It's not enough to have a great story. You need a plan to tell it effectively. This is, I think, where so many brands stumble, right?
Totally.
They set these vague goals like increase brand awareness, you know? This playbook, it nips that in the bud right away.
Okay, tell me more about that because,
yeah,
who loves planning, right? It's got to be more exciting than just a to-do list.
It is way more exciting than a to-do list. Think of it this way. You're crafting a surprise party for your audience. You wouldn't just randomly throw confetti and balloons around, would you?
No way.
No. You would plan every detail, to make it memorable. And that's really what this playbook is encouraging. It's that same level of intentionality, but with your publicity efforts.
I love that analogy.
It's about creating a strategy that's both creative and measurable.
Measurable is key. How else will we know if we're actually hitting the target, right?
Exactly.
This is where this playbook shines, because it provides this really great framework for setting those measurable goals.
Yes.
It's not enough to just say, I want more publicity. It challenges you to ask, how will I actually measure that success?
Right.
Is it going to be through website visits, social media mentions, media coverage? It's about defining your version of success, but in these concrete terms.
Precisely.
Right.
And that clarity ties directly into another crucial element this playbook emphasizes, identifying your target audience.
Oh, that's so important.
Right. You wouldn't throw the same surprise party for your tech-obsessed nephew and your grandma who loves gardening, would you?
Definitely not. Unless it was some amazing robot gardener party.
Okay, true.
But, okay, I see your point. You got to know who you're trying to reach to tailor the message effectively.
Exactly. And that's where something called a media list comes in. It's basically a curated list of journalists, bloggers, podcasters, anyone who influences your target audience.
Gotcha.
And this playbook emphasizes the importance of not just having a media list, but building relationships with those on it.
Okay, so it's like making friends, but with the added bonus that these friends have a platform to amplify your message.
Exactly. And the playbook even gives really actionable tips on how to do that genuinely.
Okay, so we've got our brand story, we've got our meticulously planned surprise party strategy, we have our media list of pals ready to help spread the word. What's next? This feels like we're building up to something big.
Oh, you know it. Phase 3 of this playbook is all about execution. No more planning.
Right.
No more strategizing.
Yeah.
It's time to take action and unleash your brilliance upon the world.
Yes, I love this part. It's finally, we get to open the curtains and unveil the big show.
Exactly, yeah.
But I will say, before we get too caught up in all the excitement here, the playbook reminds us that execution isn't just about blasting our message out far and wide, right?
It's true.
It's about doing it strategically.
Yeah.
And most importantly, authentically.
Yeah.
And one of the key things it emphasizes here is the power of personalization.
Absolutely. It even has like a whole section on crafting personalized pitches
Oh, wow.
for media outlets. Imagine receiving a generic mass-produced birthday card versus like a handwritten note from someone.
Well, totally. It's that personal touch that makes all the difference. It shows that you've taken the time to understand, who you're reaching out to.
Yes.
And that you genuinely believe in,
Yeah.
what you're offering.
Right.
And it's not just about written communication either, right? This playbook stresses the importance of personalization when it comes to those in person
Yes.
or even live
Yeah.
speaking opportunities, right?
100%. You're reading my mind. It highlights how important it is to tailor your message and the delivery to each specific audience. Think about it this way. A speaking opportunity isn't just a chance to get up on a soapbox and, deliver this canned speech. It's an opportunity to connect with real people.
Real people, yeah.
Share your expertise and spark meaningful conversations.
Love that.
And that requires understanding their interests, their challenges, their aspirations.
Yeah.
And the playbook actually shares some really insightful tips on how to research your audience beforehand so you can truly resonate with them.
That's so smart because whether it's a podcast interview, a panel discussion, or even a guest lecture at a university, you want people to walk away feeling like they've gained something valuable from that experience.
Exactly.
And oh my gosh, let's not forget the power of online speaking opportunities these days.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Like webinars or even just live Q&As on social media. Those are gold mines.
They are.
For connecting directly with your audience. Right?
Yes.
In this more casual, interactive way.
Absolutely, yeah. And the playbook even goes a step further, right?
Okay.
It reminds us that the learning and growth never stop. Oh, I love that. It dedicates a whole phase.
Wow.
Phase 4 to learning and growth.
It's like leveling up in a video game. You keep gaining experience. You're unlocking new skills. You're facing these new challenges. But instead of battling digital dragons, we're conquering the ever-evolving world of publicity, right?
That's a great way to put it.
And this is where the playbook reminds us that feedback is our greatest ally.
It is.
It really is. It's like having this constant feedback loop, which honestly, in a world that's changing as quickly as ours, is so invaluable.
Oh, it's huge. And what I really appreciate about this playbook is, it doesn't just throw a bunch of information at you and then, good luck.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
Right on your own.
Exactly. It provides that roadmap for continuous improvement, which is really, I think, where the magic happens.
Totally. This whole deep dive into the publicity playbook has been really eye-opening for me. I feel like they've packed so much valuable information into this thing.
I know. And they even offer a free consultation to help you get started. It's like having a personal guide.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's amazing. So to recap for everyone listening, we talked about the importance of, 1, crafting that super compelling brand story.
Yeah.
2, we talked about setting those really smart goals,
Yeah.
right? Our SMART goals.
Yeah.
Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound.
Love it.
And then don't forget, curating that media list.
Yeah.
Building those genuine relationships with those people on the list.
Yes.
And of course, we dug into the importance of personalized pitching, maximizing speaking opportunities.
Yes. And let's not forget, continually learning, growing, adapting along the way.
So important.
Publicity is not a one-size-fits-all endeavor. It truly is a journey of constant discovery and refinement.
So well said. I think that's the perfect note to end on. Remember, you don't have to be the loudest voice in the room to be the most impactful. This playbook really does equip you with the tools and the strategies you need to cut through all that noise out there.
And that makes me think of something, you've got the tools now to get featured, but what unique value can only you offer to really, truly captivate your audience?
That's a great question to think about.